From Ezekiel dethroning Marcus Alvarez in the Season 4 finale, to Miguel Galindo ordering the deaths of a dad and his young kid, here are the most intense moments from Mayans M.C. Prequels will always run the risk of being huge failures, but there's something about Mayans M.C. that makes it work. Every season brought intense adventures for the Reyes brothers, and even more intense moments, twists, and turns for the audience. One of those moments was when EZ staged a coup against Marcus Alvarez, and installed himself as the club's leader by using the kill switch. So, a kill switch is a club bylaw, which states that a president can be removed if everyone in the chapter votes unanimously. Everyone voted Marcus out, and EZ stepped in. Now, the biggest shocker wasn't even the coup or the kill switch. It was when EZ turned to Bishop and told him that he was going to be his VP. The thing is, he promised Bishop that he'd make him the president a while ago. And this switch-up led to a tense moment between him and the rest of the chapter. Then he gave everyone a bizarre speech that almost felt like a cult leader trying to brainwash his followers, saying things like, "A new day is rising," and that the chapter was their nation, and he'd be the one to lift it to greatness. It made everyone in the room extremely uncomfortable. But no one was more shocked and disappointed than EZ's own brother, Angel. That's when he knew that EZ was headed down a dark, twisty path, and that there's no coming back from it. Angel confronted his brother on his dangerous behavior, and asked him how many bodies he'd dropped before he realized that there was no one left. But what made the confrontation really sad was that EZ told Angel that if he wasn't with him, he'd suffer the same fate. Now that's cold. The Season 4 finale led fans to speculate that EZ was going to become the series villain sooner rather than later. A lot of viewers said that they were seeing similarities between him and Jax from Sons of Anarchy, and that's not a good thing. But Mayans' co-creator and showrunner Elgin James told everyone that EZ is not a villain, and that he wouldn't be turning into the series villain anytime soon. James explained that EZ was doing what was right for the club, and he was able to make the decisions that no one else would. You see, there's no fixing the past or righting the wrongs. The club's a monster that needs to be fed, and only EZ understands this. Only he's willing to do what's needed. Season 4 isn't just a beautifully written story about revenge. It's also a thoughtful showcase of the consequences of the world of outlaws. A perfect case study is Season 4's 8th episode, The Righteous Wrath of an Honorable Man. The finale was awesome, don't get me wrong, but Episode 8 was something else. Fans witnessed Conche's brutal death at the hands of EZ, and he was an important character for the show too. So his death left everyone at the edge of their seats, and rightfully so. When the episode started, Marcus Alvarez says that the Mayans should get rid of Sam Dino to end the street violence. Conche volunteers to go with Santo Padre to attack Sam Dino at their compound. It was a very loud and violent shootout that left a ton of bodies on the ground. But things changed when Conche stepped into the room, and EZ told him that he caught him slipping. Before Conche could react, EZ shot him in the head point blank. This moment was absolutely insane, because it feels like EZ's point of no return. If he can do this, he can do anything. Plus, it masterfully set up the finale that we just talked about. Anyway, Conche's death was a necessary evil because he never forgot what happened in the Season 3 finale, when EZ made an attempt on his life but failed. That's when Conche told him, "Don't let me catch you slipping," and that same dialogue came back to haunt him a whole season later. That's poetry if you ask me. The series has had plenty of moments that tie up loose ends, but there's a shocking moment from Season 2 that left everyone with more questions than answers. It came in Episode 4, titled Lahun Chan. The series finally set up an intense confrontation between EZ, Angel, and Sons of Anarchy's Happy Loman. Now, the scene didn't go as fans thought it would. The Reyes brothers ambushed Happy at his home, and viewers thought that the series was going to answer one of the most mysterious questions of all. Who gave the order to murder EZ and Angel's mom all those years ago? At the time, they thought it was Happy because he ran away from them many years ago. But no matter how much they tortured him, Happy didn't give up the name. But he did admit to pulling the trigger, and that he was there to kill their father, Felipe. That's when EZ reluctantly admits that he found out about his father's former identity, and that he was part of the Policia Federales in Mexico, and used to be called Ignacio Cortina. This revelation's gonna be important later, but it's at that moment that Happy's dog, Opie, starts barking at the Reyes brothers non-stop. They pull their gun on the adorable puppy, And that's what cracks Happy's tough exterior. He admits that it was Les Packer, president for Sam Dino, who ordered the hit on their parents. But strangely, Easy and Angel decide not to kill Happy. It was an intense moment for sure, but it's also a good indicator of where exactly Easy was in his character development. He hadn't transformed into a stone-cold killer, but it all changed just 6 episodes later. The Season 2 finale was intense, but not in the way that bloody violence is intense. It was messed up in all the wrong ways, and it's the spark that gave rise to Easy's most violent and human tendencies. So, in the Season 2 finale, Felipe has a little chat with Miguel's mom, Dita Galindo. She admits that it was her who ordered a hit on him and his wife all those years ago. But after his wife Isabel was killed, Dita was consumed with remorse. She couldn't live with the idea that she'd killed an innocent woman, and she tried to bury that part of her but couldn't. The most heartbreaking moment is when she tells Felipe that she deserves to die for what she did. And she asked Felipe to kill her with his own hands. Sometimes Mayans M.C. really gives Sons of Anarchy a run for its money, eh? Anyway, Felipe tells Easy and Angel about her confession, and the fact that she wants to die by his hands. And Angel thinks that the woman's absolutely insane. But Felipe tells them both that he'll do what needs to be done, and that it's time to deal with the sins of the past. Things only got more messed up from there. Remember how she wanted to be killed by Felipe's hands? Well, at the end of the episode, she decides she's totally fine with any of the Reyes men ending her life, so that's when Easy steps up. He begins strangling her while she recites a prayer. The fans found the entire scene extremely difficult to watch, and some even labeled it a Shakespearean moment, where a son kills a mother for a mother. It's brutal, it's horrifying, and it's the exact moment where viewers began comparing Easy with Jax Teller, and how both characters began moving towards a darker path after a game-changing moment like this. But honestly, even the Season 2 finale pales in comparison to Season 1's second episode. You know why, right? It's when Mayans M.C. decided to outshine Sons of Anarchy with its violence. Its big brother never shied away from graphic violence. I mean, Kurt Sutter, who created Sons of Anarchy, even wrote himself into the series and had his character Otto sexually assaulted and brutally murdered by prison guards. So what's worse than that? Killing an innocent child. We all know Miguel Galindo is a violent leader who doesn't know how to chill. In episode 2, he and his wife Emily were worried about their kid, and he asked the Mayans to help him search for his baby. Now, a lot of things happen during the episode that dial up the tension to 11, but there's one interrogation that all the fans will remember as being especially brutal. Miguel's men track down a food truck vendor and torture him by throwing hot oil on his face. It gets worse when they bring the vendor's children to watch the whole ordeal. That's some Godfather-type cruelty. But even Vito Corleone wouldn't stoop down to Miguel's level. At the end of the episode, Miguel's men dumped the burnt bodies of both the father and the son into the main square. That's right, Mayans M.C. straight up murdered an innocent kid. All because Miguel wanted to make sure his own kid was safe and sound. If that ain't intense enough for you, I don't know what is. So, from Miguel ordering the sadistic murders of a father and his kid, to Ezekiel dethroning Marcus Alvarez in the Season 4 finale, those were the most intense moments from Mayans M.C.